Hey everyone, welcome back. This is your host, J-Mont, and today we're going to be talking about nice guys finish last. I know it's a general topic that everybody explores, but it's my turn to go explore it. Shout out to Edward Anderson, Game Changer, and all the other Black Manosphere brothers, Obsidian, from the elders to the youngins. We're going to get this done. So, what do I mean when nice guys finish last? Well, there's a plethora of issues, but we're going to dial into how nice guys or men who get married are really the ones who lose in the end. Mostly because of you take into account the variables of the woman he chooses. Now, how does that matter? Why does that matter? Well, to be perfectly honest, in today's world, where I would argue that post 1990, every woman has a general baseline of being a feminist in a sense that the morals and ethics of our culture has ingrained in them. Now, when most people talk about feminism, they're talking about the extreme feminism, but we have to understand that the extreme has become a standard in the sense that we used to shame women who used to shout out that they're hoes and stuff, but now we see it as a medium norm that women are promiscuous. So how does this tie back to nice guys finish last? Here's the thing of a nice guy, the general concept. The nice guy is the one who doesn't go drinking, clubbing, stays his head's in the books, has a focused mindset on a career path, basically everything the standards of a man in a sense that he understands his boundaries. Now, most people take advantage of these people, and because of feminism, I would say that young men who are nice have also go to the extreme of being taken advantage of. For instance, men do not care about a woman's past and do not ask about it. In the past, a woman's past really mattered because her family situation, her situation to see if she's ethical and moral enough. So if you have kids, they could be in her care. Because men do not generally evaluate a woman nowadays, we can see that reflected in how the kids are raised because 80% of households are women, right? So actually, I have to check down blackdemographics.com. That's one of the great sites to get some good statistics, but I digress. Sorry. We understand that hypergamy exists. We understand that double standards for each gender exist. We understand this. So, how does this factor into nice guys finish last? Well, comparatively nowadays, men are not taught to value themselves or, well, that's basically generally value themselves. So if you build yourself up to become a highly sought after man in the society, what you'll come to find when you're trying to find a woman post 30 is that if you investigate, she's had a wild past, threesomes, gangbangs, whatever. She was very promiscuous. She used men. By using men, I mean if he was rich, she dated him but had a boyfriend on the side. Uh, uh, there's a lot of things like spending others' money without valuing it. She might have a kid nowadays because women, for some odd reason, think it's a badge of honor saying I'm with you without marrying you and having a kid. Now, this last one has a very variable because if you're married to a person and you have a kid and somehow without you filing for divorce, because we know majority of divorces are filed by women because of financial reasons, we can get that done. But if it's not one of those reasons, such as your husband dies or something of another nature, uh, that's the third caveat. So what you're really getting if you're a nice guy who has become a highly valued, highly sought after man is secondhand goods from a market. Is that relatively good? I'm talking about American men because American men, I'll be honest with you, comparative to other cultures, we have trash standards. And that's why nice guys finish last because we're taught from a young age to be the nice guy because we live in a post feminist society. And I'll be honest with you, through The only thing I can do is like, there's no really reason we can change it because of just how pergamy and how women are built. Because even the most ran through whore who was like mentally, verbally violent when she was younger, goes to church now, says she's a changed woman, will seek after a good man, right? I think the same thing with men, but here's the difference: when a man is violent, somehow people have pictured it as a way of protection. I'm like, no, that's unrestrained, highly emotional. How you don't want those type of men, and usually women who date those type of men usually come back for the restrained man or the nice guy in the end. My point being is this: men need to up their standards. Men need to evaluate their partners more, and men need to just be a better them. Stop focusing so much on getting the women, because if you're successful in whatever you do, if you are, for like, have a high standard, high morals, work hard, women will flock to you, the good and the bad women. What you need to do then is to have a set of moral or boundaries that you have placed in that will evaluate a woman to be your perfect partner. And here's something else. Any man who said, I don't want a girl who doesn't know anything, who has experience, who's a freak in the sheets, is relatively, I would say the R word, but I would say very stupid. Because sexuality is just human nature. If you can't teach her the stuff you like and you plan to be with her a lifetime, then something is definitely wrong with you. Now, she's not compromising into trying to learn the things you like. She doesn't value you enough. Because a woman who loves, respects, and wants you to stay with her, because American culture is all about faithful, she'll learn to be a freak for you. She'll learn to suck it, buck it, ride it, cry it. I don't know what the heck else you can do, but she'll learn every goddamn thing that you prefer. It just takes a level of communication and understanding. Now, if you can't communicate with your woman to what you like, that also entails that you have a lower sense of worth, and you put her on the pedestal, and you really need to like reevaluate that as well. Most reason nice guys finish last because they don't have a boundary set. They take anything that comes their way because they haven't been raised to understand that, hey, you're the prize. Why are you the prize? Because women are seeking you out. Now, most men who here's the caveat: if you're a good-looking man, you might, when you're younger, you'll get taken advantage of by women because they're only looking for sexual gratification. The older you get, the more you realize women's nature, because they're not looking for sexual gratification anymore. They're looking for stability and somebody they can procreate with. You might be able to procreate with them because of your body features, but later on you'll see them, they'll dump you, they'll talk bad about you, and they'll seek a guy who's more economically sound, which is, you're like, that guy is the type of guy who didn't get girls when he was younger, so he's didn't understand the nature of women and think she really loves him, and picking you, the pretty bad boy who was her lover when younger, over, you know, picking him over you, is a sign that, yeah, I'm better, which is a false sense of ego, and to be perfectly honest, a really stupid reason to do it. That's why men shouldn't model their relationships after celebrities or any of that nature, because celebrities, in my opinion, they're in a tight knit group. There's a limited amount of women that can go around, and famous. If you're going for a famous woman, which is a bad deal for a standard, average man, and a famous man, if you really think about it, because I'll say this, why it's a bad deal. Most of Hollywood, we already know, has gangbang, secret slut parties. They have sex for favors and positions. So if she's a famous in any aspect in Hollywood, you should really just have a base standard in the back of your mind that she has been gangbang, she has sold her vagina for some parts, and she was probably taking advantage of some intern and didn't want to do it, like, eat my pudding, because that's just human nature. On a gross power being abused, it happens. Now, I went off into a little tangent over there. I'm trying to stay consistent. I'm not used to this, but I'm going to try it. I think in the aspect of interracial interdynamic relationships between men and women, the caveat was that a woman would stay chaste, which in America 2021, that is not even happening. Chaste, she'll respect a man, she will upkeep herself, and she'll understand that, hey, my value as a woman is my womb, youth, and beauty, right? Because man has to be attracted to you, then he wants to have offspring with you to replicate because that's just biological. Nice guys, I don't know. I feel like nice guys don't understand that your value as a man is how economic sound you are. In a sense, can you provide, protect for a woman and your offspring? Because if you're, people call it clout, famous, reputation. That does matter as a man because if you're doing, have something, like a lot of resources, your reputation will reflect that in certain in most cases. Now, if you're a smart man with resources, you won't want a highly sought after reputation. What you'll want is an average reputation with lots of resources, and you'll let the woman try to discover that you have lots of resources by putting hints there because women will evaluate a man and they will see like these little hints and stuff, and once they figure it out, like, hey, this man is not a bum. He he dresses average, but you can see he has money. That's why all the multimillionaires, they don't dress with all these high fashion brands. Usually, I would see that there are famous people who are, I would call them really broke if they spend all their money on that because we understand the average working man can be rich. A plumber can be rich. A HVAC builder. It really just depends on how you spend and use your money. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna end it here. I don't really like to ramble long times. I'm gonna get better, get longer, but I'm gonna keep these videos keep coming out so I can get better at this thing. Now, I want you guys to put down why do you think nice guys finish last, especially in interdynamic relationships between men and women. How do you believe nice guys finish last? And you know what? Next video I might do how nice girls finish last as well, so I can give the polar and why we reflect each other in society. All right, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and peace.